former world champion, and the man who retired John Cena invading the rival show and taking out their world champion. Sounds good, right? But sadly, this angle didn't even main event the show, and clearly
I feel like it hasn't been really kind of spiced up because they didn't really do anything with this nigga. Or if you retire like some of the greats, really be like booked like a fucking monster. Just it's Majay back here in another video. Today we're about to be reacting to a video by WrestleMania. The video is gonna be on WWE is unwatchable right now. The old consensus. We're about to get into this discussion again. The WWE being unwatchable. I feel like that's figuratively true because of like all the shit they're doing behind the scenes, all the shit that's just like popping up. All like you can't really tell what they're about to do next. And the biggest like overbearing thing is TKO interfering with the fucking product. And you know, just making this shit like weird. The storylines are not really making, alone if like TKO wasn't like, you know, interfering in the storylines, because that Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes thing was just trash, that even Pat McAfee backed the fuck out of it. I feel like even if they weren't interfering, I feel like Triple H alone kind of just be making some weird crazy decisions now. But let's see what type of discussions we're gonna be getting in today. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're a WWE fan, because I'll be doing a lot of WWE related videos. And I like watching along. If you like watching along, just leave a sub, man.
WrestleMania 42, there's a common consensus amongst fans that WWE is now an unwatchable pro wrestling product. The WWE product just 2 years ago was red hot with sellouts left, right, and center, and there's been a plethora of engaging and unique storylines on television every single week. Sadly, this has vastly changed, and WWE is in a place right now where they're having to prove to the audience why they deserve their hard-earned money. Setting the stage, WrestleMania 42 received mixed reviews from fans. Whilst elements of the show were praised, specifically the match between CM Punk and Roman Reigns, the commercialization of pro wrestling greatly overshadowed these successes, and WWE were being heavily called out for the way they approached the implementation of sponsorships and commercials.
Jesus Christ, like, yeah, I know they're trying to make the maximum money that they can, but like when you oversaturate shit with like advertisements and all that shit, it just makes it seem like you're just only after the money and you don't care about the product. And I'm pretty sure this product placement is just like all because TKO took over and thinking this is just will be a good idea. I mean, ads have been a thing of WWE always, even, you know, with Vince McMahon, you know, but they advertise shit like in commercials and they advertise it on the, you know, side of the rings and shit, but never had I think I've seen a video when they just said never has Vince McMahon ever fucking put a goddamn advertisement on the ring mats. It just makes it seem weird, bro. And it just makes it just seem so fucking like like unrealistic with that shit.
Throughout the whole broadcast. This became such a contested issue within the pro wrestling space that even O'Shea Jackson confirmed that he informed Triple H and Stephanie McMahon that it was a major issue, and based on the game's response, it appeared that he is fully aware of the complaints fans have. Ultimately, WrestleMania 42 left a dampener on things, as the main focus following the biggest show of the year was on how greedy WWE and TKO had become, and this simply shouldn't have been the main talking point coming out of WWE's signature event. WrestleMania also didn't set the stage for anything grand or new coming out of the show. In a Night 1's main event, Cody Rhodes retained the WWE title, keeping SmackDown at the same exact level it was before WrestleMania, albeit without celebrities such as Jelly Roll and Pat McAfee. When it comes to Night 2, granted the main event was a certified.
Look, I personally don't think Cody Rhodes always needs the WWE championship to own around his waist or around his shoulder to even like kind of carry the company. He's one of those baby faces just like John Cena already that kind of like, you know, really, you know, solidifies. So let somebody else be champion. That's just my opinion. I would really like to see somebody else just like, I really like to would see them just like do something crazy and just make somebody champion. That'll be fucking fire. They just make Sami Zayn a champion or something. Make like somebody else a champion. I know people won't be alone. Well, I'll be alone with, you know, saying Sami Zayn will be a champion, but that's just my opinion. If you don't give a fuck about that, state your opinion below. Cause I know a lot of people don't be liking like a lot of takes on wrestlers. I was like, but like you gotta get that. You have your opinion, I have my opinion. You came to my video, you clicked on it, you clicked to see what's up, and you saw my opinion. You don't like it, okay. But at the end of the day, we are two different people, and that's my opinion. But I really would like to see another person be like champion, or like pull a surprise or something, like the Drew McIntyre thing. But the Drew McIntyre thing didn't fucking pay off because he lost the championship probably like another 2 weeks or so later.
Classic, but we're once again at a point where Roman Reigns is world champion. This isn't anything new or bold. Reigns had a 4-year run as world champion, so a lot of fans see this as a total desperation move. WrestleMania should in theory set the stage for the next calendar year, whether that be a new star that fans haven't seen as world champion before or a new engaging storyline. WrestleMania this year achieved absolutely none of this. There's no denying that this is a major contributing factor in why the mood within the WWE fandom seems defunct of any energy, passion, or genuine care. Whilst WrestleMania is indeed the biggest show of the year, the subsequent shows need to be a priority for WWE. Vince McMahon realized this early on during his time running WWE, as he was keen to introduce new feuds onto WWE television and even implement a WWE draft to keep everything fresh as possible. Well, what is the landscape for 2026? There's no denying that SmackDown is struggling in 2026. SmackDown just feels like a complete afterthought for WWE, and with them reducing the runtime of the show down to 2 hours in a matter of weeks, the format of the show is going to be all over the place. WWE has this weird agreement with the USA Network where half of the year the duration of SmackDown will be 3 hours, but then they lose the additional hour in the summer. Even though this shouldn't impact the product too much, it's come at a huge hindrance for WWE and Triple H.
I'm sorry, that's like a stupid thing. I think the summer should be like the hype of everything, because kids that are WWE fans are out of school. You got like more people watching in the summer, and I feel like summer is a thing where everybody's happy and should be like, everything should be spiked up or something. But just to like screw out the fucking extra hour within the summer, I don't know. Maybe some analytics or maybe something probably showed that, people don't be watching like that in the summer. I don't know. Maybe something like that went on, but I think that's a stupid thing.
The core issue with this is that Triple H stacked SmackDown due to the additional hour. The game has admitted that it's extremely hard to book a 3-hour TV show, and one of the easiest ways to achieve this is by having a deep, varied roster. Naturally, the consequences of this is when that additional hour is then subsequently cut, and WWE is then left scrambling because names they haven't invested months of TV time into suddenly have no space on the card. As a result, SmackDown just appears lifeless as a show. WWE did attempt to spice things up following WrestleMania on the Blue Brand by having Gunther attack WWE Champion Cody Rhodes, and this angle should have been huge. A Raw star who's a former world champion and the man who retired John Cena invading the rival show and taking out their world champion. Sounds good, right? But sadly, this angle didn't even main event the show and clearly wasn't given the gravitas it needed to fully resonate and connect. As such, the booking of Gunther has been such a mess since he retired both Cena and AJ Styles. These wins are perhaps the biggest wins in the modern era, but the follow-up...
I feel like it hasn't been really kind of spiced up because they didn't really do anything with this nigga or, give him some noteworthy feuds right after that. I feel like if you retire like some of the greats, like Goldberg, fucking Cena, AJ Styles, you would literally be like booked like a fucking monster, just destroying everything. But this nigga goes into a feud with Dragon Lee. I mean, I'm not saying Dragon Lee's not a good fucking, wrestler, but like just to go from that to Dragon Lee, I don't know what else to say about that. It just sounds so fucking lackluster to me.
Has just been a total dud. Gunther was initially going to wrestle Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania this year. However, when Mysterio went down with an injury, WWE were left struggling to find an opponent for the ring general. There were even reports that WWE were considering having Gunther miss the show, and this was more than apparent from watching Raw, as he was virtually absent, and WWE had to throw his program with Seth Rollins together out of nowhere. The presentation of Gunther has just been a major L for WWE, because Gunther in theory should be presented as the most credible star they have. This just isn't the case, as he was arguably more over when he was Intercontinental Champion. Gunther's strengths come from his pro wrestling ability. However, this element of his presentation has been abolished, and he barely wrestles on TV, which is a massive shame. The next time WWE runs the retirement angle, which they no doubt will, potentially with Mysterio when he's ready to call it a day, fans are going to be struggling to care. WWE fans know that even if Gunther retires every single wrestler on the roster, the follow-up just isn't going to be compelling. WWE only have themselves to blame for this. Outside of Rhodes and Gunther's storyline, there doesn't seem to be anything too compelling on the SmackDown show, and unfortunately, the cage match ratings are somewhat justified. Weekly editions of the Blue Brand are often amongst the lowest rated shows WWE deliver, and SmackDown simply is an appointment viewing for anyone, especially a 3-hour broadcast on a Friday night.
I remember SmackDown used to just be like it used to be like the B show, but like it used to be way better. Everybody used to just love watching the underrated show because like they had so much talent and people just knew how to book shit back then. I mean, I know sometimes it had to be doing with the talent, but like I think people are under the guys like we go never get those those guys back because like you go have to retire and move on with your life and you got to move past those talents and make new talent. I feel like WWE really has not been doing that like good lately. I mean, they kind of built Obafemi really good, but it's just his shit kind of been lackluster too. Like after the Brock Lesnar feud, he just got into purgatory, just challenging anybody. And what type of fucking booking is that?
Now, at least to their credit, WWE has tried to get new talent over on the show. Trick Williams is a certified star, yet there is concern that WWE is going to strip away all the elements that got him over in the first place when he inevitably turns babyface. There have been an array of NXT call-ups, with JC Jane perhaps being the standout, and Jane has managed to get over instantly, yet in a weird move, WWE isn't proceeding with a JC Jane vs Rhea Ripley feud over the women's title. WWE has learned firsthand that they need to strike when the iron is hot, and that isn't what they're doing here, and it may come back to bite them months down the line when fans simply stop caring. A lot of attention has been drawn to the fact that SmackDown doesn't have an identity or even a purpose. Raw stars appear on the show without any fanfare, and if it wasn't for Rose being somewhat exclusive to the show, there could be an argument that WWE is slowly trying to rescind the modern-day brand split. In fact, a lot of fans are actually calling for this to happen, and it does have some justification. If you're not going to fully commit to a concept, then there's no purpose in doing it. And while certain stars may be overexposed if the brand split is erased, hopefully this will make SmackDown a more compelling watch. Raw is bore? Raw is definitely...
Not gonna lie, that is true. I really looked upon that in like that one reaction that I did to the fucking brand split video history, and I feel like it's just unattainable and it's just not really good anymore because like they just make people appear on one show and it just doesn't make fucking sense. Like you want to book somebody on one show and have them feud and it just doesn't make sense because like isn't that guy supposed to be exclusive to that show and he's supposed to be on here? Like shuffle the superstars well if you're gonna try to go for a feud.
Definitely the A show for WWE, and it's been this way since they moved to the Netflix platform last year. Most of the show actually feels important and well structured, and the fact that Roman Reigns is working full-time makes the show a must-see for a lot of fans. The Reigns full-time schedule isn't without its issues though. Whilst it was wonderful to see Reigns finally commit to another big run, rekindling the Bloodline arc seems short-sighted at this point. There's nothing more that can be offered to the Bloodline lore to make it exciting, and even though Jacob Fatu is an incredible talent, the feud between the two cousins just doesn't need the Usos or the MFT faction attached to it in any way. It almost feels like WWE is just getting desperate at this point. WWE knows that the Bloodline era was their most successful era since the Attitude Era, so recycling these storylines isn't the worst idea in the world, well on paper that is. However, this never works in pro wrestling. Take for instance, during the Attitude Era, Vince McMahon vs Stone Cold Steve Austin was the hottest storyline in pro wrestling, and it did change the business forever. But then for decades, McMahon tried to run the story back with other various babyfaces, ranging from The Rock, Hulk Hogan, John Cena, Triple H, and even Becky Lynch at one point. It just never works as...
Yeah, it just never... Once something's done, the spark is there, but then when you keep trying to do it over and over and over, it doesn't fucking work, and it just looks fucking awkward, and it just looks like, oh, another fucking babyface going against the authority. I used to hate that shit every fucking time, bro. I mean, it worked well for Stone Cold and back in like the 90s era, but like it just comes off as really kind of awkward nowadays. Maybe it's a setting, maybe yeah, like, or maybe it's just the people that did it multiple times.
Same, as the magic has been lost and the fans can see through what the company is trying to do. But it's certainly not all sunshine and rainbows on the Red Brand, as the presentation of Liv Morgan has been a major flop, as Morgan won the world title from Stephanie Vaquer at WrestleMania 42, and since then she's practically been a background character on the show. WWE just never fully commits to making the world champion of the women's division the star of the show. The fact that Morgan was given just 6 minutes at WrestleMania this year speaks volumes. So is there too much at once? There's no denying that WWE is taking the completely wrong approach when it comes to the month of May of 2026. They booked 3 events for the month, those being Backlash, Saturday Night's main event, and Clash in Italy. Naturally, the last two of those have greatly suffered from a lack of build, and fans continue to question what the
Unpopular opinion, or popular opinion probably with some people, I think Saturday night main event should end. I think the show is just like not even it doesn't even handle like any star power. I think to have John Cena retire on the Saturday Night Live was some bullshit, bro. But I think there's no point of them like having this show anymore. I hope Peacock or whoever's in charge of this shit ends this pretty soon. I don't know if they said they were pretty happy with this or not, but like this shit should end soon.
point of the Saturday night's main event concept is, especially when it occurs 7 days before what is apparently a big event for the company.
Just
It's
dumb as
overkill,
shit.
and it's something that WWE has struggled with over the past few years, as they go from having no shows for 6 weeks to having 3 shows in the space of 4 weeks. It's a bizarre approach, and the decision to have every Saturday night's main event special air 7 days before a PLE needs to be entirely scrapped, as it's killing the momentum of the product. The low mood. The WWE product may not be red hot now. One of the reasons the mood is low is because of the practices of TKO. A dozen names were released after WrestleMania this year, and a lot of the names cut had genuine connections with the fans. It was reported that WWE were attempting to restructure the contracts of some top names, and this led to the
Dumb as
beloved Kofi
hell.
Kingston and Xavier Woods leaving the company. These reports as well
And bro, people that are like extraordinary talents, they let go. I know, like, it comes back to the old question already, but I know a lot of people cannot stay in a company or whatever, and firings are gonna happen. But like, these niggas have enough fucking money. These niggas have enough fucking money, and if they say that they don't have like shows for, they have shows for them. Send them to AAA. Send some of them to fucking NXT to work with the NXT talents. That's what a lot of people were doing. That's what Baron Corbin was doing. I heard Baron Corbin's coming back to the company, but I just feel like, man, like what was the point of letting go a lot of talents? I heard they're even trying to like restructure the tag team division. You know, they spoke to Enzo Amore and trying to bring him back right now. He's already, like, I think he was spotted at the Performance Center, so they're in discussions with him because I guess like Big Cass is like AEW contracts ending pretty soon, and like people, and I think me too, didn't really get the point of them releasing a lot of tag teams. If you're gonna release a lot of fucking tag teams, what's the point of you trying to restructure the talents? Motor City Machine Guns were good. I mean, the Wyatts were on a burner, because I don't know what the hell they were doing to them. The booking was bad. But like, you release a good talented team like the Motor City Machine Guns that could be like used for like a good amount of like tag teams wrestling.
as reports of talent morale being low don't exactly create a positive headspace to watch WWE, as fans genuinely care about the well-being of their favorite talents. WWE can definitely turn this bad fortune around, however, a lot has to change. The product has to start delivering compelling, engaging storylines, and TKO needs to control their business practices, or 2026 is going to be an extremely bleak year for the company as a whole. What do you guys think? Is WWE
What do I think? I think they can do this if they can, get this shit under control. Get fucking, if TKO will stop interfering in the product, if they just stop firing people for no fucking apparent reason, stop trying to fucking restructure deals. I know they have the fucking money for this, but true reason, I think I heard they're trying to clear up the like debt that they're in or whatever to try to like fire people. Why the fuck offer those wrestlers deals like that are like extraordinary if you're just gonna try to go back and try to restructure it? Like, I think that should be in a contract. Our superstars should start putting that in their contract to like not restructure it. But like, hey, they're probably not gonna offer that. But yeah, I think they can bring this back if they just get everything under control in the fold. I believe in WWE and believing shit can work out, but there's just gonna have to be a lot of shit they're gonna have to stop doing, bro. Like clear up some storylines, make good storylines way better than you have been doing, because they haven't been doing a lot of good job of the storylines. Been pretty shit. But hey, let me know what you guys think below about like this whole thing. Do you think they can clear this up? What ideas do you guys have if you were in that position or Triple H's position? Give me some superstars you guys would push. But hey, if you guys enjoyed that video, go check out WrestleMania's original video, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and click the hype button if you enjoy my videos. Go take a look at my other WWE videos that I reacted to, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. We on the road to 650.
He was the best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder?